Hello, welcome to the channel, it's me, Kristofer Brooks. Most of us grew up going to school thinking that was the place you go to learn how to succeed in life. But what if our system was actually never designed for that? What if instead it was purely there to train us, not to think, but obey? In today's video, we will explore the hidden history of education, focusing on a rare interview where a woman reveals how Rockefeller reshaped the US education system in 1934. This isn't just history, it's the reasons why generations have been raised to serve their system rather than break free from it. So before we play the clip, here's some historical context. In the early 20th century, the Rockefeller Foundation and its General Education Board were investing millions into reshaping schools. Their stated mission was to restructure society, and that restructuring began with the education system. Instead of nurturing independent free thinkers, the system shifted to creating obedient workers who would feed the growing industrial industry and, of course, economy with their labour, their time, and their taxes. With that in mind, let's have a look at the clip and see what this lady has to say.
You're saying they're brainwashing. Okay, you're saying these people that are experts in brainwashing is using the Department of Education to brainwash our children.
Yes.
What are they after? Why are they doing it?
Well, if you want to move a country from a free individualistic economy,
Which we have.
yes, or had,
Or had, okay.
to a planned economy, you have to do it through the schools. You have to dumb down and brainwash, change the attitudes and values. You have to completely, social engineering has to go on constantly, and many teachers know what I'm talking about. And people are going to say, well, when did this start? And who on earth ever did this? Why would a plan like that be allowed to be carried out?
That's right.
Well, then you have to go back to 1934, which I will do, and we have to go to the three-pronged fork, okay? So I do think that the watershed year, although you can go back to the early part of the century when the Rockefeller Foundation and the Carnegie Corporation were deeply involved in education, and that it was decided then that Carnegie would deal with the international part and Rockefeller domestic. So they commissioned the American Historical Association to put together a study of the social studies, and they came up with lots of volumes, but I have one little volume, Conclusions and Recommendations for the Social Studies. And basically that little one is an original book. I wish I'd brought it with me. Too bad. But I don't even dare let it out of the house. It's so important. It called for changing the United States through the schools from a free individualistic economy to a socialist, collectivized, planned economy in the New World Order.
It says that in the book.
Yes.
And that book was written when?
In 1934.
By who?
It was the Carnegie Corporation paid for it. The American Historical Association put it together. And
Can people get that book in the library?
no.
No.
No, they can't. They were very instrumental in getting the Elementary and Secondary Education Act passed, which, as I said before, changed education from knowledge, content-based, academic, to performance-based behavior. And from that time on, because that was necessary for what we're looking at now with school to work agenda is the planned economy is performance-based.
So they're training workers.
They're training
not
little
thinkers,
worker
not
bees.
leaders.
Exactly. At that time, you had a general, Buck Chisholm, a Canadian general psychiatrist, who was a very close friend of Alger Hiss's. And he gave a speech in 1945 to the World Health Organization, which basically recommended getting rid of the conscience.
Wow.
Yes. And he said we would do it through the schools. We would retrain the teachers to be little psychiatrists. He said it is an international system they're looking at. They're going to change the behavior of the children. They're going to change the teachers' training. They're going to do everything. He told them everything.
And they didn't believe him?
No, they just let, well, you know what goes on.
Now that was rather powerful, wasn't it? Now let's have a quick breakdown of what she said. Before the reforms of the 1930s, education placed more emphasis on logic, debate, practical skills, and independence. After Rockefeller's influence, schooling shifted to psychology and behavioural conditioning. Students were rewarded for compliance, punished for resistance, and trained to value performance over critical thinking. In other words, schools became less about learning on how to live, more about learning how to serve. And when you think about it, not much has changed. Most schools today don't teach financial literacy, self-reliance or entrepreneurship. Instead, they teach you how to follow instructions, sit still for hours, meet deadlines, and prepare for a lifetime working jobs that ultimately feed the system, whilst robbing you of your time and dreams. Because your creativity, curiosity, and independence are all left behind. It's no accident, it's by design. So what do you all think? Was education really there to enlighten us, or was it designed to control us? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Look after yourselves, and I shall speak to you all again soon. Bye for now.